to tell you about my friend Teresa Miley of State Farm. She has served the Midlands of South Carolina for over 30 years. And as you know, State Farm offers an array of insurance products, from car, life and health, homeowners and renters insurance, and so much more. So for your insurance needs, go to teresamiley.com and contact her team. They'll be happy to help you. Let them know that you heard about it here on the show. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go to teresamiley.com. I want to tell you about my friends at Rolling Suds Power Washing. From siding and roofs to driveways and walkways, Rolling Suds has been revitalizing residential and commercial properties for over 30 years. The largest power washing company in the world is ready to serve you. So if you're in Columbia, South Carolina, or in my hometown of Lexington, South Carolina, call my good friend Kyle Edens at 803-886-9828 or visit rollingsudspowerwashing.com.
Welcome to the Meredith Taylor Show. Meredith is a former Division I SEC college golfer and is now the owner of McKellar Enterprises. Join the conversations with Meredith and other notable guests covering sports, leadership, personal growth, and so much more. Now, your host, Meredith Taylor.
Welcome back to the show. It is officially summer. School is out. Graduations are being held. I want to give a congratulations to all my seniors, all the students that I have that are graduating high school. Go be great. Yeah, keep God first in all that you do, and He will direct your path. It's so fun to see so many of my students graduate, and I'm always a phone call away. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you, and I'll be praying for you as you start this new chapter in your life. I'm very excited for you. Today's episode is going to focus mostly on high school golfers, because the past few weeks, I've had the chance to go watch some of my students, some of my guys play in the postseason. So whether that was region championships, the upper state championships, the lower state championships, and also state championships. So 4A, 5A, etc. And I was able to be a spectator at these events. And boy, do I have a lot of observations from a coaching lens. So this episode is essential, I think, for any junior golfer, any high school golfer that has aspirations to play at the next level. You're going to want to send this episode to all junior golfers that you know. Send it to the parents, send it to the coaches. There's going to be something in here for all of you, because what I observed as a spectator was incredibly disrespectful and incredibly horrendous golf etiquette. And it was at every level that I saw. It was atrocious. Well, I'll just put it in we're going to get into it, but the code of conduct and the lack of accountability to discipline these kids was non-existent. There were situations where I'll give an example. I was at a region championship and I'm watching one of my guys play and one of his playing partners on the second hole. So we're just getting into the round. Okay. Second hole, he's teeing off and this kid hit a bad shot. Okay, fine. He proceeds to slam his club on the tee box, yell out obscenities that the hole next to us could hear, and then walked over to his golf bag. He wasn't done yet. That wasn't enough. He then goes over to his golf bag and slams the golf bag to the point where it falls over. Now, I would have disqualified the kid. This is not a code of conduct that it is allowed or should be allowed on a golf course. Okay. And what was the most disappointing thing is there were coaches around and they did nothing. They didn't say, hey, knock it off. They did not say, you're disqualified, which I probably would have done. or at least give him a warning and then say, hey, the next time you do something like that, you're disqualified. Period. The end. But nobody said anything. And I'm just like looking around. I'm like, am I tripping? Is nobody going to say anything to this kid? And it happened all throughout the entire day. And I'm just looking around like, what are we doing? Not holding kids accountable to their behavior. So that was my introduction to going and being a spectator and watching some postseason golf at the high school level. It's atrocious. The golf etiquette has also not been taught, apparently. I'll give another example. Another one of my guys, his playing partner, they were playing in a group of three. Two of the guys are still on the green. The third one has already walked all the way over to the next tee box. Now, mind you, that kid's got to have someone else's score card, right? He's keeping the score of one of his playing competitors. And he's not even watching them finish the golf hole. He's already on the next tee box. Rude. Can we say rude? And just horrendous golf etiquette and disrespectful to your playing partners. I mean, I saw so many things that I was like, this is a podcast. We have to talk about this. Because either people don't understand golf etiquette, or they're not teaching it, or they're not holding people accountable to their actions. Yelling obscenities loud enough for the green or the hole next to you should not be allowed. Hello, right? Whining and I mean, it's just horrendous golf etiquette and disrespectful, and nobody says anything. There were times where there were playing partners where they're moving all over the place in terms of, if I'm putting and you're moving across my line of sight, that's rude. That's disrespectful. It's my turn. Stand there until I putt. They're moving all over the place while everybody's putting, or even when they're hitting. There was another championship where there were a couple of times there were guys that were walking all the way up to the green, and one of the other guys had not even hit yet. Once they hit their shot, they just took off and went in front of their playing partner. They didn't care. It's just like, what are we doing? Is nobody teaching proper etiquette? So the reason I'm bringing all of this up is I have a lot of students that want to play at the next level. And newsflash, if I am a college coach and I've got the option to watch you play, and I've got a couple different players that I'm looking at. So let's say both of you can shoot scores in a certain range that I'm looking for, that I want on my squad, okay, that I want to represent my university. What most high school kids don't understand is it's not just about the score. Like, I can go find somebody across the country who could shoot a score. However, the intangibles matter. I wouldn't care if the kid was the best player in the state. If he had a bad temper, if he hit his bag, or slaps his putter because he missed a putt, yells obscenities. If he was a bad teammate, meaning if you're only happy when you play well, like, I, as a coach, am looking at, if you don't play well, are you still a good teammate? Are you still able to go congratulate your teammates on a job well done? Like, I didn't have a great day on the course, but you know what? Congratulations, dude. You played great. Or is this person going to be just only happy if he plays well? If I see, as a college coach, and I'm watching, and you have bad golf etiquette and you have no respect for your playing partners, or you talk back to your coach, or you are rude to your parents, or if you whine and complain about the course, or I whine and complain about the playing conditions, or if there's something or someone, or it's always someone else's fault, or if I don't play well, it was the course. There's always an excuse. You never take ownership. that you're the one hitting the shots. It's your fault. If I play bad, it's my fault. Take ownership. But again, if I'm a college coach and I am observing what I observed, I'm taking you off my board. I don't care who you are. Because if you're going to be a cancer in the locker room as a bad teammate, or if you're going to be someone who can't control his emotions on a golf course, you don't deserve to be on a college golf program. You don't deserve it. And I'm saying all of this because there are kids that want me to promote them to schools that I have personal relationships with, or they want me to promote them on my platform on social media. And let me tell you something. There's a certain level of conduct that's required, not only for you to be a student of mine, but for me to promote you and give my blessing and put my reputation on the line for you as a recommendation to be a great college player. So I have to address this because there are so many examples that it would take me 2 days. That would just be too long of a podcast to go over everything that I saw from the region championship to the upper state championship to the lower state championship to the state championship of atrocious behavior that was not called out, that was not addressed in terms of code of conduct, or even just the golf etiquette part, but just code of conduct on a golf course at a state championship. So let me explain something to the kid that says they want to do what I did, which was play in the SEC or play Division I, play for a Power 5 conference, right? Now, to be clear, I was a walk-on. I was not an All-American. So I reached all of my goals in terms of I was a walk-on from Lexington, South Carolina, and I played for my dream school because I worked my tail off. And I got a scholarship later and became third best scoring average on my team. I reached all my goals. But you say you want to be on that level, okay? You want to be on that stage. And I don't think people understand, or maybe they do and they just don't care. But for those that want to be on that level, you need to know in reality and practically what that means. And this is not to crush someone's dream of playing at the next level. This is just to bring awareness to those that say they want to play at the next level, but then complain and whine about the actual grind that's necessary to achieve that goal. Accountability is necessary. I am a old school coach. I will hold you accountable when it comes to conduct, when it comes to how you work. And we're coming up in this summer season, right? So if you don't want accountability in regards to your practice regimen, if you don't want accountability when it comes to your workout training, when it comes to your tournament schedule, diet, nutrition, body language, your conduct on the course, if you don't want accountability on all those things, you're probably not a D1 guy or girl, because there is, do you not think that there's going to be accountability at the next level? Right? I think in today's society, accountability comes across as some sort of an attack on the kid. It's not. You told me you want to be D1. I will hold you to a certain standard that is required to play at that level. Now, if you don't want accountability on any of those things, then you're probably not, you can go D2 or D3, right? It's not for everybody. And I like it that way. It's not for everybody. If you don't want to work on your nutrition and training, and you don't want to make sacrifices, you don't want to do the boring, monotonous work that is necessary to be really successful, that's fine. You don't have to. Workouts are probably optional at the lower levels. You probably don't have to be tough mentally at those levels. You're probably not going to have to sacrifice as much at those levels. And if boring, monotonous grind is not your thing, that's fine. But don't then say you want to play D1 and you've got D3 work ethic, D3 mindset, D3 attitude, D3 sacrifice, and training, nutrition, but yet you want me to vouch for you with D1 coaches. That didn't work that way. I mean, you won't put the sacrifice that I did into becoming a D1 athlete. You didn't train like I did. You're not sacrificing like I did. I had big goals and I had insane work ethic. And I was tough as nails mentally. Like, tell me I can't do something and I'll do it. It's guaranteed it's going to happen now that you said I can't. And so getting up at 4:30 to go to workouts was my standard. It wasn't, my coach didn't tell me to get up at 4:30. I got up at 4:30 because that's my standard. My teammates didn't have that standard. I did. They looked at me like I was crazy, but I was willing to do it because that was my standard for myself. Your coach is going to tell you what to do in terms of her standard or his standard. And then I go above and beyond that because my standard is higher. So 6 a.m. workouts, my teammates would show up 2 minutes before. I was there 30 minutes early. Because why? It's not to show off. It's to prove to you that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. I will sacrifice sleep to be successful. And I proved it every day for 5 years. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I will get up early and I will get there before the strength coach gets there. I mean, above and beyond, right? So then, at these kids, they want me to vouch for them and go to bat for them and put my reputation on the line. And at the same time, you're complaining and whining about the work that it takes to get there. You might as well go to D3 and be comfortable. You have no accountability because there's no sacrifice like that sacrifice. And Coach Saban said this a lot. He would say it all the time. Mediocre people don't like high achievers. High achievers don't like mediocre people. We're different over here. Winners win. I don't have a loser's mentality. I don't have a victim mentality. And don't misconstrue what I'm saying, because there are people that play at those levels that are very talented and they, for whatever reason, wanted a smaller school or they went there for their major. That's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the kid who wants to play at a big time conference, but doesn't have the big time work ethic. The kids that desire to play at the highest level of college golf, verbally telling me that they want to play at the best level or the best conference in the country, yet they act like they just don't want to do anything to sacrifice to get there. Or they whine and complain about how hard it is. Honey child, it's going to be hard. That's why we love it. Only a few are willing to do what it takes. I like it that way. I love the grind. I did what it takes and then some. And again, I wasn't an All-American at that level. Trust me, it's a high level. I played against the best of the best. But you better believe I hit all my goals, all of them. I exceeded my expectations because I went above and beyond what was expected of me, what was asked of me. I did more than what my coaches told me. My coach had to kick me off the golf course. Okay? That's a different mentality. So there's two types of players. And this is kind of back to what I was observing. If I'm a college coach and I go out and I have two players that I'm looking to recruit, okay? One has a temper, hits his bag. When he's ticked off, he's yelling obscenities. He's a bad teammate. He's got bad golf etiquette. He talks back to the coach. He's rude to his parents, complains about the course. He's whining about everything. Or I've got a kid over here that is not only willing to do what it takes, but he goes above and beyond what his coach has asked of him. He can control his emotions. He's a great teammate. Guys love to play with him. He's a joy to play with. Playing partners respect him. He is coachable. He craves good coaching because he knows it's going to make him better. And when he doesn't play well, it's not someone else's fault. It's his fault. Always takes ownership. I'm the one who hit it. It's my fault. I've got to get better. Listen, the difference between those two, if if they both shoot the same score, who do you think the coach is going to take? I'm recruiting the kid who grinds. I'm recruiting the kid who has great body language, great attitude, who's a great teammate, who's respectful, takes ownership of his mistakes. That's the kid that I want representing my university. Look, the standards are high for winners. There's a reason it's called high standards. It's very simple. Winners win. They have a winning mentality. So as we wrap the school year up and get into summer, understand, if you want to be great, you will crave coaching. You will crave accountability. Somebody's going to keep you in check. You'll crave the sacrifice of the summer. You will crave the training. You're trying to get 1% better every day. You want to be challenged. You want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. And listen, one summer of dedication could change your entire life. It could change the trajectory of your life. That's not hyperbolic, because it happened to me. I would sacrifice my summers to go play tournaments, to get good coaching. I craved it. I wanted to be great. So for those of you who really want to play at the next level, the standards are high. We like it that way. Winners win, right? And if you do want to go D1, I have the blueprint for you. I did it myself. And I am also holding my students accountable. There's a short leash. You know, if you see me promoting kids, it's because they're great kids. If you see me, putting kids on my social media, on my platform, and I'm going to bat for these kids, it's because they're great kids and they're working their tail off. That deserves to be celebrated. But there's a short leash, and I will hold them accountable. If they act a fool on the golf course, you better believe they will be held accountable. I know their coaches. I know their parents. And they understand my standard for them is excellence. So I want every high school golfer that's listening to this, understand you can reach all of your goals. You can play at the next level, but you also need to be held accountable. And I didn't see that when I was watching all of these golf tournaments. I did not see coaches holding kids accountable, and that's doing them a disservice. So to my high schoolers, think about the type of player and competitor that you want to be. The kind of player coaches would love to have on their teams. It's not always just about your score. Yes, the score matters at a certain level, but it's not just about score. It's about the intangibles. What kind of human being are you? What kind of character do you have? Are you a person of integrity? Also, the way you carry yourself, how you treat other people, all of which matters. You represent God, you represent your family, you represent your coaches. Be respectful of your competitors. Respect the game and the course. So this summer, take the gifts that God's given you as far as you can take them. For me, I can look back on my career very fondly, and I have zero regrets because I gave everything I had. I took the gifts that God gave me to the max. I took it as far as I could take it. So go put in the work this summer. And if you need one-on-one coaching, my information is in the show notes. I'll be glad to help you. Reach out and let's get you on track for a great summer and a great off season. As always, God bless and go Gamecocks.
There are several ways to support the show. If you leave a review, you'll be entered for a chance to win a free golf lesson with Meredith. Follow Meredith's social media for giveaway details. And to give a donation, you can click the support link in the show notes. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time here on the Meredith Taylor Show.